Wow.
Putting on a show.
He wasn't paying me half for all of the things that I put into the channel to start off.
Well, what she doesn't understand is this was her first priority. This YouTube channel was her first priority. It's not my first priority.
This is Judge Judy. Keshwan Clark is suing her former friend, Corey Ingram, for the cost of props to start their YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's case number 48 on the calendar in the matter of Clark versus Ingram. Both parties have been sworn in.
Thank you, Bird. Miss Clark, you and the defendant were friends, according to you, for a very long time. And according to you, you thought it would be fun to start a YouTube channel. I don't know what that is or what it's supposed to do.
So a YouTube channel, you post videos on there for, it's content for fans to see. The videos could be comedic skits, vlogs, anything like that.
And how do you make money doing that?
We haven't made money from it yet, so for you to make money from it, you have to have a lot of people watch your videos. So you have to have a lot of subscribers, and your views have to be extremely high. You get like, after 1 million views, I think you get like 5 cents per view.
When did you start this YouTube channel?
It was March 4th, 2018.
2018?
Yes, 2018 is when we started our YouTube channel, yes.
Great. And in order to start the YouTube channel,
yes,
in order to start it, tell me what equipment you had to buy.
So for our YouTube channel, I purchased the camera, the massage wand, the camera bag, the reflector, the mic, the photo stand, the electric muscle stimulator. Those are all the things that I purchased for the channel.
Okay. And that was 2.5 years ago.
All of these weren't purchased 2 years ago. Some of them were purchased 2 years ago. And yes.
Then you didn't answer my question. I said, what items did you purchase in order to start your YouTube channel?
Yes, to start the channel.
Start it.
Yes, to start the channel.
You needed, don't look down. What did you need to start the YouTube channel in March of 2018? Did you need a camera?
Yes.
Did you need lights?
Yes, we did.
Did you need props?
To start the channel, yes.
And all of those things you needed in order to start it, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So those things were bought 2.5 years ago, if they were bought to start it.
Yes.
Now, according to what I read in your complaint and in his answer, you stopped making these videos in June of 2020.
Yes, that's true.
Why?
We stopped making the videos because he wasn't putting in his part. He wasn't paying me half for all of the things that I went on. I felt myself having to force him to film videos. He didn't come up with much of any ideas. This YouTube channel was his to start. It was his idea to start the channel. I just helped out by purchasing a majority of the things that I knew we needed to start the channel.
Yeah, that's what you memorized that's in your complaint. So for 2.5 years, you worked together to make videos, and when COVID became a problem, it wasn't so easy making videos outside. Be a fair statement?
Yes, yes.
Is that your problem?
Well, we were making videos inside.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, during COVID,
Did you continue to make videos? Did you continue to make videos inside?
Yes.
In March, April, May, did you continue to make videos inside?
Yes, in my home.
I assume that if you were doing that, then you had people watching you.
Yes, we still do.
The two of you did it together in your home.
Yes, in my home, yes.
So did the defendant come to your home to make the videos?
Yes, we were never at his house to make any content. It was always at my house.
All I asked you was, did the defendant come to your house to make the videos?
Yes, ma'am.
And who do you live with?
I live with my parents.
Okay. So it was just you, your parents, and the defendant.
And the house is also lives in Vista, so he's 7 minutes from my house. I live in Oceanside.
And he came to your house, according to what I'm putting together, at least through June.
Yes.
How did he get to your house?
He drove his own car to get to my house.
What kind of a car does he have?
I'm not sure the brand of car.
What kind of a car do you have?
I have a Chevy Malibu 2015.
What kind of a car did you drive to the studio today?
The Chevy Malibu 2015.
And what kind of a car did Mr. Ingram drive?
His car? His gray car?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Yes, his car.
And when was the last time prior to today that you saw Mr. Ingram?
It's been a couple months. I haven't seen him in a couple months since our last video.
And exactly what date was your last video?
It's June 12th, I think. I'm not sure of the exact day, but I know it's June.
And what happened, Mr. Ingram, at that last video? You want to tell me?
Yeah, it was a reaction video to a music video. that she wanted to do. This channel was never my channel. It's always been her channel. I don't know why she tries to say it's mine.
Don't go off on a tangent with me, please.
Got it.
I asked you what it was about.
Oh, reaction video.
And can you tell me why it is that, having been working closely together in what you referred to as a we project, the last video we made, which is what you say in your answer, that caused you and the plaintiff not to see each other again?
Well, what she doesn't understand is this was her first priority. This YouTube channel was her first priority.
No.
It's not my first priority.
Just a second. That's not what I asked you. Don't tell me what she has to understand.
Okay.
Don't tell me what she knows. Don't tell me what she thinks. Just tell me what happened on June 12th that caused two people who had been working together for 2.5 years to stop speaking. We're now in October.
Got it.
What caused you to stop speaking?
Life got in the way. So I was going to school at the time. I was going to work. I was also going to the gym. Before this, to better my life, before this, I was super skinny. I was unhappy. Every time we'd film a video, I saw myself on camera and I was like, wow, you are disgusting. I don't like the way I looked. So I was my own bully in my head.
So you were the subject of some of the videos?
Correct.
Was the plaintiff also subject of the videos?
Yes.
What about her siblings? Were they the subjects of the videos?
No, not at all.
What about her parents? Were they ever the subjects or in the videos?
Her parents was in one video, and it was like a who knows me better type video, mom or best friend.
It was never posted. And yes, I've had my older sister was in one of our videos. Sorry.
You're interrupting.
Sorry.
Now, from March of 12th of 2020, when did the plaintiff ask you for any money towards the video equipment
She's never asked me for any
that
money.
she had purchased?
She's never asked me for any money.
Okay.
Wow.
So, Miss Clark, between March of 2018 and June of 2012, what proof do you have that you asked him to pay any part of this video equipment?
I don't have any proof.
What proof?
Yes. He promised that he would go half and half with me on this channel. That's why I bought all of the things I bought. And this channel was his idea.
I think you should sell the equipment. Sell it.
I can't sell it.
You have the most ridiculous countersuit. Your ridiculous countersuit, sir, says you want some of your props back. Your life is too busy for props for a video.
Right.
You go to school. Don't speak. You go to school, you work out, you have a job, you have things. You don't have any use
of these
for
props. Correct.
Do you understand?
Right.
Good. We're done. Case dismissed. We're finished. Goodbye. Arrivederci. Sayonara. Goodbye.
This case is concluded. Parties are excused.
This was his channel. It was his idea. That's why it's called Corey and Casey. It's not called Casey and Corey. It was his idea.
Our very first YouTube video we got, and I said, well, I want to start because you wanted to start. Why did you want to start?
We're doing a lot of pranks, a lot of reaction videos, a lot of ratchet videos. Whatever they asked for, the audience asked for, we made.
Well, we were been told that we have a really good personality together. People like us together. And so she's more rambunctious and she's more out there. She loves the social media atmosphere.
Nothing. I had to basically beg him to come to my house to film content for his channel that he wanted us to do.
I had other priorities that hit way above this YouTube channel.
Nothing. No, I'm not even kidding you.
So I was, like I say, going to school. I was going to work. I was going to the gym, to better myself, to make my life better. And I can't just help her without helping myself first.
I mean, I don't want to throw our friendship away over some videos, but I still want to keep the channel going if he's willing to actually put in some effort and pay me back at least something.
I mean, the friendship should continue. She's just not allowed to go anywhere near my wallet.
All parties in the matter of Shoemaker versus Aragon. Step to the podium, please.
23-year-old Karina Schumacher is suing her former roommate, 23-year-old Christine Aragon, for the return of her security deposit, damaged property, and stolen eyelashes.
Ms. Schumacher, do you go to school? Is that what you do?
Yes, I go to UCSD.
You go to school?
I go to UCSD.
And Miss Aragon, you're a student as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you were living in any other students, Miss Schumacher?
4.
And did you sign a lease?
Yes, we did.
On what date did you sign the lease?
October 29, 2019.
And when did the lease expire?
At the end of June in 2020.
The defendant was your roommate. You're alleging 3 things. I'm going to get to them in relatively short order. It is your claim that in November of last year, almost a year ago, the defendant took a package that belonged to you inadvertently. You're not claiming that she stole it, but inadvertently took this package that contained eyelashes that you had ordered.
Yes, Your Honor. I ordered eyelashes in November.
I don't care. Just look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I don't care about your eyelashes. Do you have her eyelashes?
Yes, Your Honor, I have her eyelashes. I have them with me.
Give them to her.
Okay.
Give them to her.
Okay.
Give them to her.
Okay.
That would be a now.
Okay. I did bring them, Your Honor.
No,
with
but
me.
they're outside.
Is somebody going to bring the eyelashes?
We'll wait. Go get the eyelashes. We'll wait.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
In September, when this happened,
I charged her $60, though it originally cost me $80.
Stop. Who cares? What is wrong with you?
Karina Schumacher says former roommate Christine Aragon owes for a security deposit and property damage caused by her dog.
Now, do you have her eyelashes?
Yes, Your Honor, I have the eyelashes with me now.
Could you give them
Yes.
to the plaintiff, please? Now you have your eyelashes back. Cause of action number 1, resolved. Cause of action number 2, did you damage her vacuum cleaner?
No, Your Honor, I did not. She accuses my dog of damaging things, but I'm a student too. I was studying finals.
Just a second.
Oh, sorry.
All I'm asking you is, did you knowingly damage her vacuum cleaner?
No, Your Honor.
Objection, Your Honor. I have evidence right here.
Just don't speak to me unless I'm asking you a question. How was your vacuum cleaner broken?
The cord of the vacuum was chewed up by her dog.
Did you see that?
No, but I do have a picture
Of the chewed up cord?
in her room.
I'd like to see that.
Yes.
What date was the cord chewed through?
September 26, 2019. I also have a second vacuum.
And what did you just a second? Did you get it fixed?
No, it was completely ruined, so I just charged her for part of the full amount, the amount that it cost me.
Hey. In September, when this happened, you said you charged her. What did you charge her?
The amount that I paid.
How much
for the
money?
vacuum. I charged her $60, though it originally cost me $80.
Stop. Who cares? What is wrong with you? You took the $60 from
No,
her.
she never paid me.
Just a second. I thought you said you took money from her.
No,
You didn't.
I asked her.
Did she ask you for the money for the vacuum cleaner?
Your Honor, yes, she accused my dog of breaking it, but there are other animals on the lease too. My roommate has a big dog, and Karina even brought in 2 rats into the apartment, and one of the rats crawled from her apartment to my room that I share with my roommate, and it died on the pillow.
Just stop.
Yeah, sorry.
I know you have a story that you want to tell me. I have to tell you, ladies, I am so disinterested in this case, but I'm going to get through it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Where did you get them from?
My ex-boyfriend, he had a snake and he was going to feed them to it, and I decided to take care of them, but they ended up dying because they're just feeder mice.
Your Honor, my roommate slept on those rats.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Karina Schumacher says former roommate Christine Aragon owes for a security deposit and property damage caused by her dog.
Now, forget the vacuum cleaner. The next cause of action is money owed for the return of security deposit, because you say that her dog caused damage resulting in them keeping your security deposit.
Yes.
How much was your security deposit?
It was originally $200, but I'm only charging her $129 because I am paying for part of the cleaning fee of the apartment.
Did they keep your security deposit?
Yes, Your Honor, nobody got their security deposit back.
Just answer my questions. I'm not really interested in all your nonsense. You moved out in March, is that correct? Because of COVID, Miss Aragon. School closed down in March?
We moved out June 2020, Your Honor.
I thought you said in your complaint.
So earlier, she went back home because of COVID. She came back occasionally to the apartment, but she moved out.
Did she pay rent?
Yes.
Did you pay rent?
Yes, I did. I have my rent receipt.
Okay, just a second. I didn't ask you for the rent receipts. I just asked you if you paid your rent through June. Now, everybody lost their security deposit?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that correct, Ms. Schumacher?
We lost the security deposit because of carpet damages that her dog caused. And I have a video.
Okay, just a second.
Okay.
There were 4 girls in the apartment?
Yes.
How many dogs were in the apartment?
There were 2. One of them was under the leash.
How many? Just a second. There were 2. How many rats were in the apartment?
There were none.
There were 2 rats, Your Honor.
Just a second. Did you have, at any time during the course of it's very easy, all I have to do is call up one of the other girls. Did you have any pet rodents in the house? That's either a yes or a no.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Closed captioning sponsored by... Want justice? Go to judgejudy.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Were in the apartment?
There were none.
There were 2 rats, Your Honor.
Just a second. Did you have, at any time during the course of it's very easy, all I have to do is call up one of the other girls. Did you have any pet rodents in the house? That's either a yes
2 mice
or a no.
For a month in a cage.
So the answer is yes. What did they look like?
They were white, and they had red eyes.
Where did you get them from?
My ex-boyfriend, he had a snake, and he was going to feed them to it, and I decided to take care of them because the snake didn't end up eating them, but they ended up dying because they're just feeder mice.
Your Honor, my roommate slept on those rats.
They were kept in a cage.
Are you still doing school virtually?
Yes.
What about you, Miss Aragon?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you living at home?
Currently, yes, I'm at home. I'm in a house now with my roommates that she lived with before, and we're all friends and we're on good terms.
Objection.
So you are not at home with family, you're with 2 other roommates.
I'm at home with family as of right now, but my house is with those 2 roommates from before. We're renting it together.
You have a lease with them?
Yes, that's correct.
I don't understand. Are you living with your parents or do you have this house?
This is a house that we're renting. We have a lease with my roommates.
Who's we? Where are you living?
I am living in a new apartment near campus.
With whom?
2 of my friends.
Good. Very good. Okay. I assume that you have an awful lot of time because going to school virtually gives you probably a lot of extra time, which is why I have to see you today. Your case is dismissed. We're finished. Goodbye. Goodbye. Adios. Farewell.
This case is concluded. Parties are excused.
And on the next Judge Judy...
I have a police report. Your Honor, you're an exceptionally bright woman.
All I want to do is see the evidence. I don't want you to tell me how bright I am. Actually, I already know that.
Judge Judy.
I think this was all based out of pettiness. She complains about my dog, but the fact is there were other animals on the leash. She completely ignored her rats that were on there too.
Her dog was not on the lease. On the lease, it says that any dogs that are not emotional support animals or service animals cannot be in the apartment. And her dog was not.
And none of these eyelashes or lost vacuum was an issue until the move-out statement.
As well as all the damages to the vacuums and the eyelashes that she stole from me that she never paid me back for.
It's just crazy to me. Everybody split the bill. We're all in the lease. We're just does not agree and does not want to pay.
For asking her to potty train her dog.
No, they did not. She's just accusing my dog of everything. And it's just like, I honestly thought like it was just to the extreme.
Pick your roommates better.
It's just crazy to me. I still can't believe that I'm here right now and that she actually did take me to court over some eyelashes and a vacuum. But, I mean, I'm here right now and everything is a lesson, definitely.
She wished it was a bad dream.
You were awakened by what, 4 o'clock in the morning?
My phone. He had been calling me nonstop. He wrecked my car.
The reality was an eye-opener.
And what did you find when you got there?
My car on top of 9 fence posts and chain link fence wrapped underneath of it.
Now her nightmare continues.
He says he wasn't even there. It doesn't get easier. It's just going to get harder.
This is Judge Judy. Rihanna Collins is suing her former friend, Nicholas Brown, for driving her car without permission and wrecking it.
Judge, this is case number 63 on the calendar in the matter of Collins versus Brown. Parties have been sworn in.
Miss Collins, it is your claim that the defendant, who according to you, you knew only slightly, took your car here and had a bad accident with it. You want him to be responsible for all of the repairs. The defendant doesn't deny that he drove your car. He said he had your permission to drive it. He returned it. He doesn't know what happened to it after that. So why don't you, in your own words, tell me first how you know him, second, the story about the 11th of August when your car was in a ditch.
Well, I met Nick from... I take care of this older gentleman. He's kind of like an uncle to me that lives on our property. And he was over there at a friend's house right behind us. And that's how I had met them, was through them. He had came over and knocked on my door and asked me if he could have a ride home or just if he could have a ride down the road, is what he had said. And I told him after I put my kids to bed that I would take him. And I fell asleep in the process of putting my kids to bed. And that usually happens, though. So, and then I woke up on the 4 o'clock in the morning saying that he needed my help. And
you woke up, now that's I know what you memorized, madam. Now I know what you memorized. Now I'm going to stop you. So now you're singing your children to sleep and you were awakened 4 o'clock in the morning. You see how we're smiling at each other? And you were awakened 4 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't get easier. It's not 4 o'clock in the morning.
My phone. He had been calling me nonstop.
So your phone, well, you don't know that because you were sleeping.
Well, you're right.
Right?
Yes.
So you don't know that because, according to you, you were sleeping. But you finally heard your phone.
Yeah.
And answered your phone. And on the other end of the phone was the defendant. Go ahead.
Stating that...
And?
He
said, no, not stating. He said.
He said that...
What did he say to you?
He wrecked my car. And that I needed to come and pick it up before the tow truck guy got there.
Okay, did he tell you where he was?
Yes, he had said that he was down by the State Patrol office. Sorry.
He said he was by the State Patrol office?
Yes.
I assume you knew where that was?
Yes.
So what did you do?
I woke up my significant...
No. Look at me.
I woke up my significant other and asked him if I could use his car to go and see what was going on.
How did you wake him up?
I hit him. I, nudged him. Hey.
Well, where were your children?
They were asleep in their room.
Well, so at some point, what you said to me was I was singing bedtime stories to my children, and I fell asleep.
Yes.
At some point, you left your children's room and went back to your significant other's room.
No idea. I did not look at the phone, and I didn't think anything, I don't usually. I just get up and go to my bed when I'm told that, hey, you should get out of the girls' bed.
I told you it was going to get worse. Now, so you woke up your significant other, and what happened? What did you do next?
I showed him...
What did you do? What did you do next?
I told him I needed his car so that I could leave to go and check out my car.
Okay. And did he give you permission to take his car?
Yes.
So you drove alone to the State Patrol office area.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly there, but down the road.
And what did you find when you got there?
My car on top of 9 fence posts and chain link fence wrapped underneath of it.
And where was the defendant?
Walking up to me, telling me that he was sorry.
Just a second. So he was walking up to you?
Yes.
Did you both wait for a tow truck?
Yes and no.
It's not an answer.
No and yes. I had went back. He had thought that we could tow my car myself. And it did, because it didn't look like it was as bad as it had seemed, I guess. So he opened my trunk and he tied together my jumper cables and he hooked it to my car. And I was like, and so I went back home in my boyfriend's car to go and get the truck and bring the truck there so that we could tow the truck home and not have to pay for a tow truck. But it didn't work out like that. By the time I had
Well, how did it work out?
By the time I got back to the accident, the tow truck guy was already there and attempting to get my car off of this fence post.
And
it cost us $350 for them to tow it off of there into my house.
Just a second. Where was the defendant?
Standing right there.
Okay. Did anyone make a police report?
I have no idea. All I did was file, I didn't press any charges or anything on him because that would have done me no good. He can't pay for my car while he's sitting in jail.
I just want to see a police report.
I don't
When there's
have
an
one.
accident like this, there's usually a police report.
I don't have one. I was never given one.
Well, you have to call the police in order to them to write a report. They're not sitting around waiting, say, oh, gee, maybe I should drive by this area and see if there was an accident.
Yes, I was.
So you didn't make.
I didn't.
You didn't call the police.
They were already there.
The police were there.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, interesting. When did the police get there?
Before I arrived. I'm not sure.
So there is a police report somewhere. There has to be. If the police were there, there has to be a police.
I wasn't the one that wrecked the car. I didn't really talk to the cops.
That doesn't matter. The police. Well, but you were the owner of the car.
Yes.
So the owner of the car, if the police are taking a report, they take down the name of the driver and the owner.
And that was all.
Now, you knew you were coming to court today. You live in Los Angeles?
No.
Where do you live?
In Washington, Moses Lake, Washington.
In the state of Washington? Yes. Well, this may come as a surprise to you, but in court you're supposed to bring evidence. And if the police were on the scene, the police would have recorded who was driving the car, who was the owner of the car, because the defendant says he wasn't driving the car when it ended up in a ditch. Isn't that what you said to me in your answer, sir?
Yes, it is.
So, do you have a copy of the police report?
No, I don't.
Well, why don't you get it? She's alleging that you took her car, or at least that you were the driver of the car. How many police responded to that? One car or more than one car?
I have no idea.
How many police cars were there?
When I had arrived, there was one. By the time it was all over, there was 3.
So there were 3 police cars, and according to you, he was there.
Yes.
Because you told me a moment ago that he was there when you arrived. And if the police were there when you were right? All you need is a police report. So I am going to do this for you. I'm dismissing your case.
I have text messages.
Without prejudice to you furnishing me a police report. And if the police report, which it will, indicates that he was the driver of the car, I will enter a judgment for you in the amount you request, which is $3,000. But the police report must say that he was on the scene and was driving the car. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand. Sorry. I believe that I have, actually, because the photos that I brought were from the police. They had emailed it to me. I believe that I have that, in my email.
You believe that you have a copy of the police report that says the defendant was at the scene when they were there and had been driving the car?
It does state that Nick Brown is the one that wrecked it, yes. I'm pretty sure, yes.
Well, take a look at it. Take a look at the report.
Because he received the ticket and
No.
So
No.
I never saw any of it.
Well, let's see. Just find it for me. I'm more than happy to look at it.
No, I guess I don't. All it is the case number and everything. The case number and the photos and the invoice because I had to pay for them.
Do you understand what my
Yes.
ruling? All I need is a document. I will allow you to get it, but I'm dismissing your case pending you getting me that document. A document from the police that indicates on the 11th of August of 2020, they responded to a car, your car. The defendant was at the scene, admitted to driving the car. They don't even have to say that. If he was there, he says he wasn't even there. He says he doesn't know if police arrived or any. He says he doesn't know. I don't want to see text messages between the two of you. I want to see the police report. Do you understand?
Yes.
That's very easy to get.
Yep.
All you have to do is ask.
Yep.
Thank you. We're done.
This case is concluded. Parties are excused.
My car wasn't there, and he was on the phone saying he wrecked it.
Left the keys in the ignition like they usually are, and took off. And I don't know what happened.
I'm just going to get the police report.
She gets a police report, then fine. But if she can find it.
All parties in the matter of Watson versus Young. Step to the podium, please.
Rosie Watson is suing carpenter Kellon Young for a refund for unfinished work on her staircase.
You hired the defendant to do some work on the steps in your house.
Yes, ma'am.
You gave him a check for $800. He left and said he would be back to finish the job in a day or two. A couple of days later, according to your complaint, an older gentleman appeared and started working on the project and was there for a relatively short period of time and left.
Yes, ma'am.
You want your money back?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Young says that you were a pest and a micromanager. He did $800 worth of work, and then he said, that's for the work that I did. I'm not doing this job anymore. That's your defense.
Yes.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
All right. Good. Then I'm going to start with you.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She actually wanted me to cash the check, and I would use the money to buy the stuff with.
So she paid for the materials herself?
No, she didn't pay for herself. It was out of the money that she gave me.
Well, that was her money. So far, you haven't
yes.
done anything.
Rosie Watson is suing carpenter Kellon Young for a refund for unfinished work on her staircase.
Okay. Tell me what your business is.
I mostly help friends and family with their home.
Do for the plaintiff.
I was supposed to repaint some stairs and then replace some damaged wood.
And when did she give you the check?
She gave it to me like a day before I started the work.
On what date did you give him the check?
On April 27, 2020, Your Honor.
So you're telling me that you came back to her house on April 28th?
No, first.
Is that correct?
Yes, but we first went to Home Depot together to purchase the items.
Okay. And did she put that on her credit card?
No.
Or did you put that on your credit card?
No, she actually wanted me to cash the check, and I would use the money to buy the stuff with.
Is that what you did?
Yes.
So she paid for the materials herself. And how much were the materials?
No, she didn't pay for herself. It was out of the money that she gave me.
Well, that was her money. So far, you hadn't done anything.
Yes.
So far, she paid for the materials.
Yes.
How much were the materials?
We spent like $300.
Not we.
Or I spent $300.
She.
She spent, yes.
She spent.
Yes.
$300. How much was the receipt from wherever you went to purchase the supplies? He said it was about $300. Do you recall?
Your Honor.
Or do you have the receipt?
Your Honor.
What?
Absolutely not. He's lying to you. This broke
No.
his sofa.
If you don't answer my questions.
There was no receipt, Your Honor. There were no purchases.
Just a second. Okay. So what you're saying is the two of you never went to a Home Depot to buy supplies.
Yes, ma'am. I gave him $800.
Just don't get ahead of me. You gave him a check on April 27th for $800. When was the next time you saw him?
About 3 days later, he and I met at the Home Depot. He purchased one can of paint.
Just a second. 3 days later, you must have had some sort of either text or telephone communications to know to meet at Home Depot.
Yes, it was a text message that we...
May I see it?
Yes. Where it says, okay.
Just a second. Okay, so you met at Home Depot, and that was on Wednesday, the 29th. So that was 2 days after you had given him the check.
Yes, ma'am.
And then, sir, pay attention. According to the text, you bought a can of paint. Mr. Young.
No, according to her.
According to the text, you...
I didn't
No,
just
that's
buy
the text. Well, then you should have kept a receipt. You said, I need a can of paint to paint the railing. Can you bring a chip?
I'm not showing you the right text,
now,
I guess.
You'll show me your evidence when you show it to me. When was the next time you went to her house?
We went that same day. Someone was already there working already that same day. Someone
was there?
Someone was there prepping, and
Who
the guy who
was
helps.
there?
There's a guy who helps me.
What's his name?
Charles. And Charles was there.
Charles was already there on the 29th.
Yes.
When had Charles gone there?
When I dropped him off, probably like 8:30 or 9.
On the 29th. Ms. Watson.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that when this gentleman that you referred to, an older gentleman, showed up?
Showed up, yes, ma'am. And he did about no more than 2 hours worth of work. Absolutely. Mr. Young.
Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Someone showed up and did an hour's worth of work and left. So you did see someone. So let's not get fixated. Who you refer to, an older gentleman. Don't tell me what he did. He showed up.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Rosie Watson is suing carpenter Kellon Young for a refund for unfinished work on her staircase.
Okay, when you got back at 3:30, bought a can of paint, and then you went home, did he go home with you?
No, ma'am. This was on my rental property, not on my residential property. He was doing work on my rental property. He bought one can of paint, and he kept the paint in his vehicle along with the receipt. I never saw him after that.
Okay. When you got to the rental property, that day, the next day, was Charles still there?
No, ma'am.
Had you seen Charles that morning?
I had not seen him.
On the 29th. You did?
No, they have not returned to my property since I gave him the check.
Didn't say, shh. According to you, someone showed up and did an hour's worth of work and left. So you did see someone. So let's not get fixated. You gave him the check on the 27th.
Yes.
Somebody showed up on the 29th.
And
who you refer to an older gentleman.
Yes.
Don't tell me what he did. He showed up.
Yes.
And you haven't seen either Mr. Young after purchasing the can of paint or this Charles since April 29th.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Now, would you show me a photograph of the steps as Charles left them?
Yes, ma'am. And I can tell you what this photograph shows.
Don't say anything just yet. Okay, so I'm looking at the rail. Or was sanded off, or was just off from where?
This is the only work that Charles did. He sanded this top railing of the stairs, and he put on the primer, the white area you see here, this is primer. About 1/10 of the stairs were primed. That's all the work that was done, period, at the end.
I got it. And you haven't seen them since?
Not at all.
Have you been in communication with Mr. Young?
Multiple messages following this.
Has he responded to you?
No, he blocked my text messages. He blocked me.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Closed captioning sponsored by. Are you the victim of a scam? Go to judgejudy.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Okay. Now, Mr. Young, certainly this job was not completed based on this photograph, and I assume you did not have a photograph.
Yeah, well,
show me a completed job.
Oh, no, not completed, no.
Well, of course not completed. Now, you want to tell me whether you were back to the property, and if you were not back to the property, why?
Went back and stayed until probably 5 o'clock. And I didn't just purchase one can of paint. We purchased more items than just one can. And
I don't know that. I want you to tell me then the photograph that I just saw.
Yeah, yes, of course.
That's very easy to...
Yeah, yes,
well,
of course.
show me a picture. Show me a picture.
I could, okay.
You knew that there was a dispute.
Yeah, only thing I have is this picture here, and and I have a picture.
Well, that's the picture that she showed me.
Yeah, that's the only picture I have that I took.
Then you owe her $800. Judgment for the plaintiff. Thank you. We're finished.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Case is concluded. Parties are excused.
And on the next Judge Judy.
I'm just getting the lay of the land here.
I live with my ex-husband.
Must like him again.
He's my husband.
I never heard that before. Look at my age. I learned a new word.
Judge Judy.
I don't agree, of course.
That broke hustler owes so many people.
I'm not a hustler.
I'd like everyone to take a look at that scam artist's face.
You can't please everyone.
If he thought he was going to make me his sugar mama without my permission, I got news for that con man.
An old RV needed some TLC.
You paid him to fix this 35-year-old camper.
He has an age-old problem.
You're not entitled to $5,000, Mr. Pogner. You're not following the math.
But the body itself has not lasted.
Nobody's body lasts. Not yours, certainly not mine.
This is Judge Judy. John Progner is suing mechanic Miguel Ramos for performing shoddy work on his RV and leaving it incomplete.
Justice case number 105 on the calendar in the matter of Progner versus Ramos. Both parties have been sworn in.
Mr. Progner, you are the owner of a 1985 Toyota camper.
Yes, ma'am.
When did you purchase this camper?
The year 2000 in Santa Cruz, California.
You purchased it when it was 5 years old.
No,
And
it's a
how much did you pay
1985.
for it?
I paid $2,500.
You purchased it when it was 15 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
For $2,500. And you used it for 20 years.
Yes.
Sounds like you got your money's worth out of it.
I put a new motor in it when I first drove down here. I bought it from friends, and the new motor was in it, and the motors continued to last. But the body itself has not lasted.
Mr. Progner, nobody's body lasts. Not yours, certainly not mine. So you got a whole bunch of use out of this 1985 camper that you bought 20 years ago for $2,500. In addition to being very old, it's also damaged by something falling on the roof. In any event, you found Mr. Ramos. He said he would fix the whole thing for $5,000. And you said, okay, and according to you, you paid him in July of this year $4,500 towards the $5,000 bill to fix this 35-year-old camper. So I would like to see proof of all of those payments.
Right here. Each one of these is a withdrawal from the Bank of America. I have text comments that are validating these as well that say, like, on the 11th of June, I will call you and I've got money for you. Can I bring it by tomorrow? Miguel responds back in the text on, yes, bring it by, and I've been by on the 12th to pay him. So each one of these is validated. I have met Miguel's neighbors. Miguel has been over to my brother's family's house for Christmas. He has met every member of my immediate family, Judge Judy, and everyone had the understanding Miguel was being paid to repair my camper.
Perform a miracle that you paid for.
Then why did you give me the price, Miguel? You're the one that dubbed the price.
Just a second. Don't talk to each other. I'm looking up what a 35-year-old camper is valued at.
Judge Judy, I paid to put a new motor in that in the past as well, so the 35-year-old camper has been maintained.
I'm not buying that thing. That thing doesn't show me checks. That thing shows me where you took money out of.
Okay, I've got a voice recording right here where I've called Miguel and saying, Miguel, I've got $1,000 or $500 for you. Can I come over and give it to you? Can I play that, ma'am?
Oh, sure. I could see that you might want to fix it for $500.
Hey, Miguel,
Absolutely.
how's it going, man? I hope it's okay with you. I want to give you $500 tomorrow. If that works for you, call me back or hit me back or whatever, and I'll meet up with you tomorrow and give you $500.
So I've got several of those, Judge Judy. I've got another one.
Just a second.
Okay.
I'd like to hear the rest of them.
Okay, I've got texts. That's the one voicemail that I've got saying that. But the other texts that I have, I've got them typed out right here, ma'am.
No, I want to see it on your phone.
Okay.
I don't want to see what you typed out.
Okay, let me find out what the date is then, and I'll bring that up for you then.
I've got $500. Maybe you'd want to spend $500 to fix it.
Miguel gave me a rate of $5,000, ma'am. He's the one that chose the price. He gave me the bid.
Mr. Progner, there is no way a normal person spends $5,000 on a camper that they paid $2,500 for 20 years ago that was 15 years old when they bought it. No way.
The camper is now worth, if you look at retail value, ma'am, those campers are selling for anywhere between $15,000 and $20,000. Text here,
Mr. Progner,
Miguel
Mr. Progner.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Miguel, I have $1,000 for you to be around. Yes, definitely, I'll be here tomorrow. Got your floors done today. Mr. Progner, according to your complaint, he gave you a price of $5,000. Crazy as that may be for somebody to pay $5,000 to fix this relic of a camper that had been damaged. What you say in your complaint was you paid him $4,500 and you had to spend another $1,000 or $1,134. So at most you've spent $6,000, $4,500 to Miguel, and another, at most, $1,500 because you also say you have to rewire some broken lights that Miguel destroyed. Whether that's true or not, I'm speaking. At most, you spent $6,000. Is what you're telling me that the defendant did no work? Because you say yourself, when you went to pay him the $500 upon completion, and I'm not so sure I buy a whole story about $5,000 to fix it, I noticed questionable work and voiced my concerns. Miguel just claimed he wasn't finished yet.
Here's questionable work,
So you
Judge
said in
Judy.
August...
I've got one tail light, one brake light, and one turn signal, all split between both screws.
You're not listening to what I said to you. He did work on your camper. At most, if I believe your complaint, it cost you an extra $1,000 And if you fix the taillight, an extra $440. So in total, you would have spent $6,000 to fix just a piece of that. $1,500
Judge Judy,
is for work
I paid Miguel
that he
to fix
didn't
my
do.
brakes.
No,
my brakes were the main thing that I came here for. I got towed home by my brakes because my brakes froze up in the camping trip.
You're not entitled to $5,000, Mr. Pogner. You're not following the math.
Judge Judy, I paid Miguel $4,500 to fix my brakes, and I had to pay someone else money that I already paid to Miguel to fix those repairs.
The same you did.
Miguel has taken advantage of me, Judge Judy, and needs to pay.
You're not taking advantage of me, Mr. Pogner, because you're not paying attention.
Progner is my name, ma'am.
You made an agreement with him to fix your camper.
Yes.
As you said earlier, don't speak now. Now put on your listening ears. To fix the camper, both mechanically and cosmetically. And you were going to pay him $5,000, and that included the brakes. You paid him $4,500. He did work on the camper. You say you had to pay someone additionally $1,100 instead of $5,000. You've spent $5,600. Then you say a taillight doesn't work because of something he wired wrong, and you have an estimate for $440. That brings the total to $6,000 to get your camper back the way you want it. That's according to your complaint. You're not entitled to $5,000 back.
My camper is ruined by Miguel, Judge Judy. The roof is ruined. Here's the roof right here with big holes in it.
Okay.
Judge Judy was supposed to install an air conditioner for me.
I used a 3-year-old air conditioner.
He was supposed to fix the oil leaks in the motor.
No, I
my
wasn't.
brakes were the main
He
one.
paid $10,000
The oil leaked off of there.
Twice to get
I paid
that motor.
$15 for $15 for the oil leak to repair in about 2 hours, Judge Judy. Miguel is a terrible person.
Yeah, I bet.
The way I met him was through Beth, his girlfriend. He had to get rid of Beth because she became too needy on him. He became a very aggressive person. Miguel does not pay his child support, Judge Judy. He's been hounded by Florida.
Yeah,
I've seen demand payments for
That's not
between
what we're
$800 and
here in court
$900 of all of this.
We're not
Miguel
here
is
in court
not a
for that.
nice person and has taken advantage of me, Judge Judy. And here's many validations of this.
You want to show me a photograph of the exterior of your 35-year-old camper
Yes,
that you
ma'am.
got back from Miguel?
Yes.
That you got back from him?
At the brake place where I can't drive it still.
Don't listen to me, sir.
Yes,
I didn't
ma'am.
ask you to say anything. I said just show it to me. So now I see it. Now I'd like to see the camper when you brought it to Miguel.
I do not have a picture of what it looked like when I brought it to Miguel.
I have those, Your Honor.
May I see it, please?
This picture here shows where he had a store that was full of homeless. They ripped the door out from it. They partied inside. They used the toilet like 40 times. There was all kinds of...
Not the truth. Not the truth at all. Not the truth at all.
If you interrupt one more time, I'm dismissing your case, Mr. Progner. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Unless I'm asking you a question, if you interrupt again, I'm dismissing your case. We understand each other?
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Do you have a photograph of the interior after you worked on it?
Yes.
Is that the inside of the camper?
And later today,
And she put my daughter on the couch with the tablet and the TV and went and took a nap.
I would like to know what a tablet is.
An iPad.
An iPad. Oh, I thought you some sort of a drug. Oh.
John Progner claims mechanic Miguel Ramos performed shot. He is asking for a refund of the money he paid.
Mr. Ramos, is that a photograph of his camper?
Yes, it is, Miss Judy. This is basically...
When he brought it into you?
Yes, yes.
No, not basically. Is that a picture of his camper?
Yes.
Do you have any other pictures?
I sure do. I have 4 more.
Is that the interior?
Yes, that's the interior. Removed completely all the flooring out of it.
Mr. Ramos, do you have a photograph of the interior after you worked on it?
I do, and...
Just show me the picture of the interior after you worked on it. Is that the inside of the camper?
Yes, that is...
After you worked on it?
Yes, it is, Miss Judy.
And now I'd like to see the photograph that the plaintiff just put up of the camper as it exists now after it was fixed by Mr. Ramos.
Beautiful.
Looks great. Your case is dismissed. We're done.
That's it. Thank you, Miss Judy. Thank you so much.
Case is concluded. Parties are excused.
Basically, I did what I was supposed to do.
Makes no sense whatsoever.
You should be happy what he got. He could go to the beach and hang out in it.
And that piece of whatever you want to call him just got walked out of here for free.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Scott versus Hastis. Step forward.
Daycare provider Angela Scott is suing her former client, Stacey Hastis, claims Angela is a negligent provider and she's not paying.
Ms. Scott, it is your claim that the defendant owes you 4 days of daycare services for her 2 children.
Yes.
And Ms. Hastis has defense. Her defense is you shouldn't be entitled to any money for taking care of the 2 children because you neglected them. So, Ms. Hastis, on what date did you bring your 2 children to Ms. Scott?
I don't have an exact date.
On what date, Ms. Scott?
May 15th, 16th, and 30th.
You brought them on the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
Did you pay for them on the 15th?
No, I did not.
How much was the agreed price for the 15th?
They were there for 6.5 hours at $5.50 an hour for both children, so $35.75.
So you availed yourself of her service.
Yes.
On the 15th. You didn't pay for it.
I was told I could pay all at the end of the week.
But we're in court now, so now not what you were told. Now we're in court, and we're going to figure out how much you owe and how much you're going to pay. So on the 15th, you took your children, $35.75, and were satisfied sufficiently to bring them back on the 16th, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So you brought them back on the 16th. And how many hours did you work on the 16th?
From 9:33 in the morning to...
Long gap between May 16th and May 30th. What happened, Ms. Hastis?
On the 15th, I brought them back. Everything seemed to be fine.
No, listen to me. I don't want to hear that you were not satisfied, that you had concerns about her care of the children or anything else about the 15th. I'm going to tell you why. Because if you were any sort of a mother, if you had sufficient concerns, you wouldn't have brought them back on the 16th, which you did. So you owe her $35.75 for the 15th. Now, having brought your children back on the 16th, I am asking you what happened between the 16th and the 30th, because you don't deny that you brought the children back on the 30th, which means if you were any sort of a mother, if you had legitimate concerns about the safety of your children on the 16th, you wouldn't have brought them back on the 30th. So clearly, you owe for the 16th, which is $23.50. My question to you is, what happened to her caring for the children between the 16th and the 30th?
The 16th, my mother picked my kids up, and Miss Angela Scott brought my mom the wrong child.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Your Honor, she never mentioned that I neglected.
Take a nap. You don't get to take a nap while you watch kids.
I didn't take a nap while I watched kids.
My 5-year-old's in the back. You can talk to her.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Daycare provider Angela Scott says former client Stacey Hastis owes for an unpaid daycare bill. Stacey claims Angela doesn't deserve to be paid.
Now, what happened between the 16th and the 30th?
The 16th, my mother picked my kids up, and Miss Angela Scott brought my mom the wrong child.
Well, that would have suggested to me, as a normal mother, you, not your mother, you, normal mother, she brought my mother the wrong child. I may not, just a second, I'm not bringing my kids back there again. But you brought them back on the 30th.
Because I gave her the benefit of the doubt.
Just a second, that's fine, just a second. You gave her the benefit of the doubt, so you owe the money for the 16th. Now, you gave her the benefit of the doubt, and despite the fact that your mother said, you know, she gave me the wrong kid, and despite the fact that you had other concerns about her care on the 15th and 16th, you brought your children back on the 30th. And how many hours were your children there on the 30th?
I'm not sure.
How many hours were they there on the 30th?
3 1/4.
How much?
It's right around $18.
Just because after the 30th, then you did not bring your children back there anymore.
Correct.
Correct? Okay. And you left your children there for 3 hours. Where did you go during those 3 hours?
I worked.
Okay, so far you owe for the 15th, you owe for the 16th. Now you want to tell me why you don't owe for the 30th.
I don't owe anything.
Oh, yes, you do. I just explained to you that you ate the steak. You went to the restaurant, you ate the steak. You didn't return the steak and say, I don't like the way this tastes. You ate it, and then you said, you know what? I've had better steak. I'm not paying for it. You ate the steak on the 15th, you ate the steak on the 16th, and you ate the steak enough so that you brought the kids back there on the 30th for another steak. Now, all I'm asking you is you do owe her for the 15th and 16th, so now you're going to explain to me why you think you don't owe her for the 30th. I've already ruled on the 15th and 16th because you ate the steak. Now, if you have some compelling reason, because you didn't bring your children back after the 30th, if you have some compelling reason why you think you should not pay for the 30th, that I'll hear you, but you are going to pay for the 2 days when you ate the steak. The 30th is what we're talking about. 30th.
I picked my daughter up, and as every mother, you ask your kid what they did that day. She told me that Angie put the kids in bed, put my daughter on the couch. I'm not paying anybody to neglect my children. If you don't watch the kids, you shouldn't get money for saying you watch the kids. And you, as a daycare, you don't go lay down and take a nap.
I would like to know what a tablet is.
An iPad.
An iPad. Oh, I thought you some sort of a drug. Oh.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Closed captioning sponsored by. Are you the victim of a scam? Go to judgejudy.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Who takes care of your children now?
I do. I had to quit my job not being able to find proper care, and I didn't trust to leave them with anybody anymore. So I quit my job to stay home with my kids.
What's wrong with your mother?
My mother works.
I don't understand. She owes you $77.25. Why are you suing her for $787?
In my parent handbook, it's $5 a day late fees. She said she'd be there June 2nd with a check. So late fees started June 3rd when she didn't show up to pay me.
$77.25. Judgment for the plaintiff. That's all. Thank you.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Your Honor, she never mentioned that I neglected her.
She's paying for the steak she ate.
I shouldn't have to mention that. You take a nap. You don't get to take a nap while you watch kids.
I didn't take a nap while I watched your kids.
My 5-year-old's in the back. You can talk to her.
Listen to me very carefully. And you too. If your daughter, my mother told me I was given the wrong child at daycare, and therefore this is not the kind of place that I want for my children to be cared for. I'm speaking. Try putting on your listening ears. Then I would say, fine, I may listen to that. But she ate the steak, and not only did she eat the steak, but she brought the children back on the 30th. And I don't care what the reason was, whether the reason was she had to go to work. What?
She had no choice, Your Honor.
She had no choice. If there's something wrong with you, that's my judgment. Goodbye.
Your Honor.
If you're excused, you may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
He forged my son's signature.
I'm waiting for them to finish lying to you.
He never signed an agreement.
He agreed to it.
But you signed it.
Next Judge Judy.
I don't think she deserves a dime. I shouldn't have to pay someone to neglect my children.
We do stuff with the kids every day, and I didn't neglect her kids.
I have a 4-year-old who comes home and tells me she went and took a nap. You don't take a nap when you're watching someone else's kids.
I didn't take a nap while her kid was there.
When I went to pick the children up, the babysitter took a long time to get the door, which concerned me.
She never even voiced a complaint to me about anything.
When she finally did one, wasn't mine.
I've never given anyone the wrong child. The days that they were there was my kids were the only other ones there, so I have no idea what she's even talking about.
Make sure you check everything out before. Otherwise, you could end up with someone neglecting your kids.
Everyone that meets me always comes, meets my staff, looks around, and